Hello everyone, my name is Bhuvan Agarwal and I hope you all are doing good and you are really enjoying this series on predicting the output of the code snippets given in C language. Today we are moving on to our next question in this series, but before moving on I wanted to tell you that this question is really very important as like the same like other questions, but this question will be a bit lengthy and I would try to go slowly so that you can understand, right? Just mm, take it clearly, just understand this concept clearly. It will really help you a lot. Okay, so let's get started. So our question is this. I would suggest everybody of you to kindly pause this video and just try to solve it because it is very important question, and then I will give you the solution. Okay. Okay, so I hope all of you must have tried and probably got some answers. And I know many of you must be wrong because when I was solving it for the first time, I made mistakes. So let me give you the solution to it. So here we are declaring a variable I, and we are having a for loop and a switch case inside this for loop. Okay, so this is the construct of this code. So as let me tell you how for loop works. First of all, we are having you are seeing that there are two semicolons here, right? And there are three parts. So the first part where I is equals to 0, it is called as a initialization part, and this middle part is known as a condition statements part. Okay, and this last part is known as increment decrement part. So what's so interesting of this for loop is this initialization part is only executed once. Okay, and then we are just looping in incrementation decrementation block and this condition block. Okay, what is increment decrement we will look in future videos also, but let me give you tell you the solution to this first. So at first I said initialization block will be executed only once. So first of all we will come here, the control will come here, and then we will execute this I is equals to 0, means I will be initialized with 0, and then we will um, check the condition whether I is less than 20 or not. Yes, 0 is less than 20, so we will come inside the block, right? Okay, we will come inside the for loop. Then this I means 0 is passed in the switch case, and this case 0 will be executed. Okay, so let us see a golden statement here before moving on to the solution, because that will help us. Okay, so the golden statement here is always solve such types of questions by drawing memory locations. Yeah, see, because we are having a lot of addition subtractions going on here. Okay, we are having a lot of condition checks, we are having a for loop. So whenever you face such a question where you are having a looping kind of thing, then you must solve these questions using memory location. Okay, and how to draw it I will show you here. Okay, so let us solve it. So like this you need to create a memory block of I having a value of 0. See, I have highlighted here I is equals to 0. So the control is here now and I is initialized with 0. Then we check the condition and we came into the switch block, then the control comes here in case 0. So I plus equals to 5 means I will be incremented by 5. So 0 plus 5 is 5. Okay, then we are moving to case 1. Why we are moving to case 1? As you can recall from our previous videos that we are not having a break statement here, right? After each cases we are not having a break statement. So this is a condition of fall through switch case basically. Okay, and what is fall through switch case? I would suggest you to kindly start watching this series from the very first video so that you don't miss any concept. Okay, so this concept is known as fall through switch case. So case 1 will be executed and it will be I will be incremented by 2. So now our I's value will be 7. Then I will be incremented by 5 because case 5 will also be executed. Then our I will be incremented by 4 because default case will also be executed. So I is now 16. Now we will move out of this switch block and we will come here printf I. So we will print 16 on the output console at first. Okay, then the control moves back to this increment decrement part, because we are having a loop, right? Loop means we need to run this piece of code again and again and again and again until and unless this condition is false. Okay, whenever this condition will be true, we have to run this entire code, right? So we are incrementing the value of I. So now the I's value will be 17. From 16 it became 17. Now we check whether 17 is less than 20. Yes, it is less than 20. So we come here, switch 17. So as we know, we are not having any case of 17. So we will run the default block. So the control comes here. Okay. So 17 will be incremented by 4. It will become 21. Right. Then this switch block is over. Then we will come to our printf, and we will be printing 21 on the output console, right? Then again we will move back to this I++. See, we are moving back to I++, and again this I's value is incremented by 1, that is now it became 22. Now we will match whether 22 is less than 20, which is false. So we will come out of the for loop. So we came out of the for loop and our output will be 16 and 21. So I hope you got this concept. If you still didn't understand this, I suggest you to kindly rewatch this video, because it is very important. Because in our future videos there will be a lot of means the questions will get complex. The complexity of the question will increase as we move further. So you need to understand each and every single thing, and I also showed you how to draw the memory block so that you can keep track of all the addition and subtractions, of all the data changes in your variables. Okay, so that is very important. I hope you got this concept. That's it. Thank you.